Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world today. We'll be getting our Final Fantasy XIV stream started shortly here. Oh, that one's in F, it sounds like. Are they doing that? I don't know. We can mess around with that sometime later, I guess. Anyways, let's get going back with our game here. But how are you doing today? I hope everything's going all right. Hope you will let us know down in the comments what's on your mind. If you've got tips or suggestions, any kind of comments at all, we're happy to hear from you. Of course, if you'd prefer to just lurk and enjoy the atmosphere with us, that's fine too. We're just happy to have you here. Our main purpose, though, is just to interact with you and talk while we enjoy the game together. So just sit back and enjoy yourselves with us, and we'll get on our way. We had a major battle 2 days ago when we were playing. We fought Elidibus, and we are nearing the end here of all the Shadowbringers content for the main story. Once we do that, we'll be picking up with crafting and gathering and getting our crafters and gatherers ready for Endwalker as well. So let's see, our last thing we need to do is go speak with Tataru over in Mordona. So I'll be heading over there and see what she's got to say here. But, oh man, I slept good last night. I feel really good today. This is great. Oh, there's a ship. I give you the Bonanza, the Scion's very own airship. I built her as a company project with help from our friends at the Rising Stones and named her for luck and prosperity. Tataru, this is amazing. We'll be able to fly just about anywhere we want. Our garments were impressive enough, but to build an entire airship, I see the annals did not exaggerate the many talents of the Scion's fabled coin keeper. I had also introduced myself as your pilot, except the training didn't go quite as well as I'd hoped. But that's all right, because we've hired this capable fellow here instead. Hello, capable fellow. The Bonanza is equipped with a full complement of mana cutters, by the way. Feel free to use them to get around Azys Law. But enough talk. It's time to fly. All aboard! And here we are, like magic, over in Azaslaw. Honestly, Sid would be jealous of the way that airship flies. Pataru has outdone herself. Anyway, here we are on Azaslaw, and Alphino's report did not do the scale of this place justice. I'm so happy Graatia is going to be adventuring with us now. This is awesome. This appears to be Helix, which means we stand in the Alpha Quadrant. To the east lies the Beta Quadrant, and yes, I believe I have my bearings. Though this is my first time on Azaslaw, I do have some familiarity with the place thanks to the records in the Crystal Tower. Unless I am mistaken, this path leads to an aetherite, beyond which there will be an information terminal. I suggest we begin our search there. Bring back memories from Heavensward. And here's the terminal. A moment while I search the archives for references to tempering. Ah, there we are. Iconic corruption. An overview. That sounds promising. Indeed. Let us see what this report has to say. Confound it. The contents appear to have been deleted. What? No. Isn't there something you can do? Not from here, I'm afraid. But it may be that another copy of the report exists elsewhere. The question is, where to look? It says here the report was written by someone named Owen. Is it likely that he kept a copy? I would say it is a distinct possibility. Assuming he was a researcher here, he will have had quarters on the Habisphere. We can ascertain the details at Habisphere Control. Let us return to the Bonanza and avail ourselves of the mana cutters. We will need them to reach our destination. I forgot. You already have a suitable means of transport, don't you? No need to waste time accompanying us back to the ship then. We'll see you at the Habisphere. Okay. They act like I should know where that is and everything. Thank goodness for the handy-dandy quest pointers here. Kind of an interesting island over there. Never really paid much attention to it. If the late Owen did indeed have a chamber here, this node will be able to tell us its number. There. From what I recall of the layout, it should be somewhere in the vicinity, huh? Warning, an evacuation order is presently in effect. Entry to the Hemisphere is not permitted at this time. Foiled again. In all likelihood, the order would have been imposed during the Fourth Umbral Calamity, and I doubt it will be lifted in the near future. Bzz. Energy level critical, returning to base for recharging. Well, surely there must be some other way to gain access. Force, for example? Good old Alisei, that's right. Ere we resort to that, I have an idea. Were we to send a surge of energy through yonder control mechanism, it should prompt the system to restart, releasing the locks. As for a suitable energy source, a concentrated lightning shard might suffice. Happily, I seem to recall that they are known to form at points of stagnant ether throughout the continent. You seem to recall? Are you honestly telling me that was in the records too? Ha, I am. A report sent to the capital mentioned that lightning-aspected ether was prone to pooling on the continent, resulting in surges that interfered with equipment. A minor detail, I grant you, but in my role as caretaker of the Crystal Tower, there was no such thing as too much Allegan knowledge. Besides, my studies helped me to feel connected to the source, to home. I must have explored this facility 1,000 times in my mind, but to finally stand here with the two of you, 'tis more exhilarating than I can well express. Now then, the lightning shard. If I may, I suggest we split up and search the Beta Quadrant. Oh, but beware of sprites. They are wont to manifest where the ether is stagnant. Now you're just showing off, which makes me think we should make a contest of this. The first to return here with the shard wins. What do you say? Very well, it would be my honor to come third. Well then, we'll go nab us some lightning. I think we found it. Bravo! That was quite a show, adventurer. Why, the spectacle proved so enthralling that all thoughts of the prize slipped my mind. I appear to have forfeited our little race. Congratulations, the lightning shard is yours. Very funny. Now, let's get back to work. Forgive me, the scene so reminded me of our first meeting I couldn't resist. That's what I figured. Well, the contest continues, so you had better hurry back. Ah, but one last thing. Thank you, Anne, for bringing me here. Simple, simple and sweet. Appears Alice had no luck, so victory is yours. Congratulations! Now then, may I have the shard? Yes, you may. What is it that makes you so much better at finding things? What do you have that I don't? That is a question I too have asked myself on numerous occasions. I suspect we both could learn a great deal from Anne, and not only about the secrets of adventuring, but come, we should attend to our mission. Excellent. The system responded exactly as intended. We now have access to the Habisphere. Only one obstacle remains, the security systems within. Should they be triggered, they could make life rather difficult for us. In light of which, pray leave the rest to me. If I am right, my royal blood should allow me to venture in unmolested. Sounds like a plan. Assuming this place works like the Crystal Tower, yes, but if it doesn't, you'll be on your own. I want you to promise us that you'll get out at the first sign of trouble. I promise. Wish me luck. Well, nothing for it but to sit tight. I'm sure this Owen fellow was very learned, but iconic corruption and overview sounds like a studium thesis. We all had to write one. Lest you wonder, mine was about the combat applications of ether. I'm nothing if not practical. Alphino's was more philosophical, of course. Political, dare I say it. He chose to write a lengthy discourse on our nation's duty to the world. Controversial subject to say the least. He asserted that Charlian's knowledge should rightly be used to protect all life on the star, in direct opposition to the country's cherished policy of non-intervention. Being a leading member of the Forum, our father was not happy. At the time, of course, Alphino was utterly convinced of his views and would cheerfully argue to the death with anyone who saw things differently. By which I mean, the rows were long. To be fair to him, though, he's since learned to be a little more open-minded, but deep down, he still holds fast to that one belief. And I admire him for that. I should have liked to meet the young Alphino. For what it's worth, my thesis concerned the Allegan civilization as depicted in folklore. Oh, you're back. I didn't know you attended the studium. I didn't. A thesis was required to earn my Archon's mark. My peers at the Students of Fandaniel convinced me to write one with the promise of unfettered access to forbidden tomes. Though I considered it no more than a means to an end at the time, I will admit it was gratifying to have my efforts acknowledged. Good gods, an Archon's thesis! I shudder to imagine the work involved. But enough about that. Is this the fruit of your foray? Yes, Owen's archive node. It was waiting for me in this chamber. If a copy of his report still survives, it would be stored in this device. Shall we find out? Beep. Initializing. Scanning for registered user. User not found. To proceed as a guest, please complete biometric authentication. Yes, I am a robot. Beep. Verifying. And good morning, Attack Chicken. Welcome, welcome. Glad to see you. How are you doing today? Bloop. Authentication complete. Guest identified as member of the royal family. I am at your most humble service, Your Highness. Well, that's impressive. It never ceases to amuse me. 'Tis but a pity the effect will not last forever. Doga and Une said as much when they granted me this gift, but until such time as it fades, I shall use it gratefully. Search archive for iconic corruption. Beep. Searching. Boop. One item found. Iconic corruption and overview. The report is locked by the author. Please state password. Well, go on then, Your Highness. Tell the nice node the password. You can do it. Right, let's see. Glory be to Allag. Fail. Long live Emperor Zandi. Deep bloop. Password incorrect. Please try again. Confound it. Come now. Passwords are invariably short and simple. For instance, password. She said it. Of course, password. Like, duh. The notion that the password could be something so inane would be laughable were it not dangerously stupid. Furthermore, your conduct in the presence of His Highness is grossly inappropriate. Know your place, handmaiden. Handmaiden. What did that thing just call me? Oh, I don't know. Why would I say Wild Rose, I wonder? Courage! Bleep, bloop. Password incorrect. Again. Be warned that any further inappropriate behavior in the presence of His Highness will not be tolerated. Alright, that's it. I say we dismantle it and manually extract what we need. Yep, that's the Alisay way. Now, let's not be too hasty. A single misstep and we risk losing the report altogether. I believe this may be a task for Sid and his colleagues. If anyone can coax Machina into cooperating, it's them. Come, let us bear the node back to the Rising Stones. Okay. Alright, well let's bear this back to the Rising Stones then, Graha. I should probably mention that I have yet to meet Sid since waking up. Rambrose did send word to the Ironworks, but it appears our friend has been afield on urgent business. Nevertheless, I assure you my proposal to seek his help is no pretext, however much I might look forward to seeing him again, him and everyone. But come, let us be on our way. Look at him, all but running. How sweet. Still, it wouldn't do to keep him waiting, shall we? I say we shall. Alright, and back to the Rising Stones. Wonderful news, Anne. Hataru contacted Sid on our behalf, and he is on his way here even as we speak. While we wait, I should like very much to hear what transpired at the Alliance Council. Would you be so kind, Cryle? As you know, the meeting was convened to discuss how best to respond to recent events in Garlemald. According to intelligence from our Doman allies, the War of Secession rages on, and the Empire remains without a leader. Amidst the chaos, the Imperial legions in the provinces have begun to move independently of the motherland. Of greatest concern to us is the Third, a legion aligned with Lord Nerva. It appears they have received substantial financial backing from House Brutus. Brutus. Aren't they the ones who took in Yotsuyu and Asahi? This bodes well. Xenos' movements, meanwhile, remain shrouded in mystery. We're hoping that Thancred and Urianger will be able to shed some light on his activities when they return. Until such time as they do, the Allied leaders feel it would be unwise to interfere in the conflict. And so, thanks in part to the Imperial withdrawal from Gimlet, they have decided to turn their attention to the primal problem once more. Working with friendly factions among the beast tribes, they hope to reopen dialogue and explore new avenues for peace. Given the timing, I suspect they wish to put their respective houses in order ahead of a decisive clash with the Empire. Whatever their intent, this is not a problem easily solved. The Lominsons in particular struggle in their efforts, and Alphino and Ishtola have been called upon to aid them. So long as we are dealing with the Tempered, I am afraid no amount of dialogue will avail us. But if we can develop a treatment for tempering, then anything is possible. Which is why we must succeed. And on that cheery note, why not make yourselves comfortable in Dawn's respite? I'll show Sid in as soon as he arrives. Waiting, 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 waiting. Sid! Forgive us for not coming to see you sooner, my friend. As you may have heard, we've had our hands full. In our defense, you are up rather early. I was under the impression you'd be slumbering a while longer. Oh, I would have been, had you not fulfilled your promise. Ha! I still struggle with that idea. From where I stand, the secrets of traversing time and space seem exactly as unfathomable as they ever did. But if an alternate version of myself has already laid them bare, I dare say that frees me up to concentrate on other endeavors. Speaking of which, you wanted my help with something. What is it? Well, a treatment for tempering. And for the next step, you need to find the password to this Allagan's report. Just so, with nary a clue to guide us, we could be here forever and still not guess correctly, and thus we turn to you. Well, I'd love to say that we could help you, so I will. Once suitably configured, a Magitech terminal should make short work of identifying the password. Alright, Sid the hacker. I knew I could rely on you. Now, anticipating that it might be of use, I took the liberty of borrowing a tombstone from Rambrose. It contains an Allagan dictionary. Good thinking. I'll transfer the information to a terminal and set it to work right away. Looks like it's finished. Let's see. Freedom. The password is freedom. Ha, short and simple, just as I said. Would you care to do the honors, Your Highness? I would, my lady. Node. Open the report entitled Iconic Corruption and Overview. Password, freedom. Password accepted. Boop. Opening report. This report seeks to provide an overview of the mechanism by which icons corrupt and bind men to their will. The phenomenon we call corruption refers to the alteration of the ether of the soul. Said ether ordinarily exists in equilibrium, no one element being more prominent than another. But when a subject is exposed to the ether of an icon, this changes, their soul taking on the properties of the entity in question. By way of an example, exposure to the ether of the fiend's Sephiroth would cause a subject's ether to become aligned with the element of earth. Oh, look at us, we're earth beings now. As a consequence, the subject would attain heightened affinity with earth-aspected magics, as well as preternatural levels of endurance. Repeated exposure would further enhance these traits, ultimately altering the subject's very flesh. The changes undergone by the subject are not solely attributable to elemental alignment, however. Further testing has determined that the subject's soul becomes umbrally charged or stagnant during the process. This stagnation of the soul has the effect of diluting the sense of self, rendering the subject vulnerable to the will of the icon, the thoughts of whom come to consume their entire existence. In this manner do the corrupted become worshippers of the icon, their prayers serving to further empower the entity. Having discerned the mechanism of iconic corruption, my colleagues and I set out to develop a material capable of shielding one from its effects, an endeavor in which we were successful, albeit at a great cost. In the course of testing, many of my assistants, good men and women all, fell victim to corruption. And in accordance with protocol, they were summarily put to death. I subsequently submitted a proposal to investigate potential cures for corruption, but it was rejected, deemed non-essential by Lord Ammon. Though I knew it would be fruitless, I protested the decision, and for my impertinence, I have been stripped of rank and title and will shortly be expelled from this facility. In all likelihood, this report will be expunged from the archives. Nonetheless, I record it in the hope that one day someone will undertake to do that which I could not, and find a cure for the victims of iconic corruption. End recording. So, not even the Alligans were able to find a cure, or rather, were not given the chance to do so. One cannot help but wonder what motivated Lord Ammon's decision. More importantly, this confirms that stagnation of the soul is indeed the problem, and Angelo can remedy that. True, yet were we simply to reanimate a tempered soul, I fear it would do naught to diminish the individual's fanatical faith. Indeed, it may well intensify it. No, we would somehow need to suppress the primal's hold over the subject at the same time, or risk them ever remaining its thrall. If we could only make them remember who they were. But of course, memory transference. The process has the effect of compartmentalizing memories, separating them into manageable bundles, if you will. By adapting the technique, it may be possible to achieve selective reanimation. That is, limit the effects to only those memories that existed prior to tempering. Through thus restoring the sense of will, we could theoretically drown out the incitements of false faith which had come to dominate the individual's thoughts. I see. The theory seems sound, and our experience treating the light corrupted would help us to identify suitable memories for reanimation. But are you confident you can adapt memory transference as required? I seem to recall your attempts to do so while trying to bring us home culminated in literal bloodletting. They did, you are right. Despite my best efforts, I could not recreate the mechanism, and I concede that the rather clumsy compromise I reached would not provide the basis for a cure. then perhaps it's better that we consider another approach. Your doubts are understandable, but this time I believe we have a reason to be confident. You see, nodes such as this were built with the ability to simulate magics, which leads me to believe that it may be capable of performing simulations of the transference technique. If so, we would be able to conduct years' worth of tests within the space of a few days. In theory, it would be no different from how we identified the password, but it'll take more calculating power, a lot more. I honestly couldn't say whether our equipment would be up to the task. Tell me, Sid, why do you suppose Owen locked his report behind a password? To keep it from prying eyes, of course. Why else? Wait, a password that could be guessed by anyone with leisure and a dictionary wouldn't keep it from a person minded to look. No, he wanted his report to be seen by those who strive for freedom. Not unlike the members of a certain distinguished engineering collective. I believe their motto was freedom through technology or some such. You two, round up as many Magitech terminals as you can find and bring them to the workshop. Right away, Chief. Things are about to get very busy. Lucky we have you to help, eh? Oh boy, interesting. Right, while Grahatia and I configure the terminals, I want the rest of you to procure supplies. Namely, ceruleum to fuel the terminals and ice shards to keep them cool. The more we have of both, the better. I've got some ice shards in my freezer, I think. Leave the ice shards to me. I'll round up some adventurers and go on a gathering spree. In that case, I'll trust Anne and Alice with the ceruleum. Here's a promissory note for each of you. Thank you. Take them to the Sky Steel Manufactory in Ishgard and the ceruleum processing plant in Thanalin. The people there will give you what you need. Yours is a well-known face in the Holy See, I believe. If it's all the same to you, I'll head to Thanalin. All right, no problem. Keys that one in. It's in B flat or G minor. You stand in the Sky Steel Manufactory. What is it you require? So, you are after ceruleum. In that case, please present the note to our engineer at the airship landing. He shall be glad to assist you. Okay. The airship landing, you say? Righto. Ceruleum, you've come to the right man. Fair warning, though, the price has shot up on account of the uncertainty with the Empire, so I hope you've got the coin. I have an Ironworks promissory note. Will this work? Well now, a promissory note from the Ironworks. Don't see many of these. Not that it's a problem. It's as good as gold to me. Well, that's fortunate then.
My friend! After the disappointment of not seeing you in Alamigo, what good fortune to chance upon you here of all places. As you may have heard, the Allied nations are making a renewed effort to address the primal problem. To that end, have I invited the chieftain of the Vanu to Ishgard, that we might together plot a course. Since the war with the Empire appears to be nearing its conclusion, I would also like to call upon Estinian's lance. Alas, he is, as ever, a difficult man to find. I am informed he recently paid a visit to the Rising Stones. Should he happen to do so again, be sure to pass on my regards, won't you? But tell me, what business brings you to our fair city this day?
I'm getting some ceruleum.
A cure for tempering. You never cease to amaze me. Until now, our only hope has been prevention, our every failure irrevocable. But this would rewrite the rules of engagement. It could end the cycle of bloodshed. Very well. You shall have all the ceruleum we can provide, and an airship with which to transport it. In this matter, you may count on Ishgard's full support.
Oh, who would have thought ceruleum weighed so much? Serves me right for being stubborn, I suppose. I should have just done what you did and accepted help.
Good work, you two. This is all we asked for and more. Quite a lot more, now that I look at it. Lord Emmerich, eh? And entirely by chance? Ha! Some people have all the luck.
We have also succeeded in configuring the terminals. thanks in no small part to our able assistant.
It's been a while, hero. You seem surprised to see me. Lest you misunderstand, I've no interest in such things as cures for tempering. But if you mean to achieve that which eluded even the storied Allagans, it seemed plain that you would require my expertise. And so it proved. Is that not right, Garland?
Ask Jessie. She was the one who hired you. All I know is you're an employee of the Ironworks now, so you'll bloody well earn your keep.
That wasn't the only reason I agreed to cooperate. I'm reliably informed that Garland and I are destined to unravel the secrets of travel, not only across dimensions, but through time. Doubtless the lion's share of the credit lies with me. 9 parts to Garland's 1. And this research will be a stepping stone to that illustrious achievement.
Very well then. I'll do 1/10 of the work. Just the part that's beyond you.
Whatever you say, Garland.
Right. If everyone's ready, let's begin. All appears to be in order. Now, we just have to wait for it to find us our magic. Why not take this opportunity to put your feet up? This may take a while. It's overloading.
She won't last much longer!
We'll have to shut it down.
Wait! We're close! So very close!
Oh.
Well, this is going swimmingly.
Please, a moment longer. I beg you. There.
Hey Blitz, good morning. How are you doing?
I was able to memorize the magic before it faded. It still needs to be put to the proof, but I believe we have our cure.
Oh, doing great here, Blitz. Thanks for asking. I appreciate it.
It's just as well. She'll never run again.
Oh.
The fault is mine. I'm sorry.
Don't be. It may fall short of dimension hopping, but a cure for tempering is not to be sniffed at. This, my friend, is a world-changing discovery. One we're proud to have had a hand in. A few Magitech terminals are a pittance to pay.
Thank you.
Well, we've done what we can. The rest is up to you.
At long last, we have our cure. In theory, at any rate. We cannot be certain until such time as we put it to the proof, but I am quietly confident. Well, if we're to test it on someone, then I suggest Gabu. His symptoms are relatively mild. As long as you exercise due caution. Yes, as long as we exercise due caution, it will be fine. Without further ado, then, let's make for Limsa. We've got Gabu waiting long enough. Oh, Gabu, Gabu. You have been in that state for so long. Maelstrom Command. Upstairs at the Ass Castle. Well, this is the moment of truth. I'll have our hosts bring Gabu to us at once.
Apologies for the wait.
Gabu, have you been good?
Still no change, I'm afraid. He just stands there in silence until we move him.
It's all right now. We're going to help you get better.
Fancy meeting you here.
Alphino Yushtola! I thought you were attending to primal matters.
We were, and came here for a meeting on the subject. Certain pirate factions did not deign to attend, however, and it was cancelled.
We had resigned ourselves to having wasted a journey when we chanced to espy you. Could it be that there has been progress with the treatment? Using Magitech terminals to formulate the solution. I would never have contemplated such an approach.
So this new magic, adapted from memory transference, would be used to purge the subject of their fanatical faith, while Angelo would be responsible for reanimating the ether of their soul. Yet I wonder at the practicalities. If one were to reanimate the soul first, it would only serve to exacerbate the tempering. Conversely, a stagnant soul would not respond to the effects of the magic. Would both need to be performed simultaneously?
Ah, nothing escapes Master Matoya's inquiring eye. As you say, both must be carried out simultaneously. And thus, I propose to imbue Angelo with the tempering treatment in much the same manner as I did the spirit vessels.
Yeah.
By doing so, we also spare Graha the trouble of casting spell after spell. It's really rather efficient.
Yeah, go Gadget Angelo.
Be that as it may, certain difficulties are unavoidable. The imbuing process will still require no small amount of ether. And, as I can no longer draw upon the Crystal Tower's stores of energy, I will be compelled to rely on those of others.
Well, I, for one, would be glad to assist.
As would I. Since the resumption of our duties, it has been naught but stuffy meetings, and I have ample ether to spare.
Excellent. With your permission, then, let us begin.
Right here in the middle of Limsa? Okay. I mean, what could go wrong, right?
Yes, this will do. And now, it's my turn.
Take this, magic pig.
Tis done.
No small amount indeed.
Well, we seek to go where even the Allegans did not. It was never like to be easy. The rest is up to you, Alize. The treatment itself will take time and focus, so we will need a quiet room. I'm sure our hosts can spare one. I will go with her. It may be a while before we return, so I would ask for your patience and your faith.
We'll bring Gabu back. You see if we don't.
'Twould seem our part is played. Let us find a place to recuperate while we wait for news.
Well, this seems as good a spot as any to have a rest.
For years, Eorzea has labored to find a solution to the primal problem, without success. Any hope that tempering could be reversed faded long ago. I myself had given it up as impossible. Given up on the tempered and the light-corrupted alike. They were problems to be tolerated, or else eliminated, I believed. And to think otherwise was pure naivety. Childishness, even. But Alize refused to give up. She struggled and she struggled. And her efforts were rewarded with a way to bring back Halric. And now countless others may no longer be beyond salvation. However much we bicker, I have the greatest respect for my sister. Had I half her stubbornness, nay, her unwillingness to accept the status quo, I would be a far better person. A far better scion.
Well, don't tell me. Tell her.
I should, I know. Yet, despite my good intent, I have the feeling that I would only succeed in incurring her ire. Alize, are you all right?
The treatment. Did it work?
see you all. Delighted. Happy
Yay!
glad.
Gaboo!
Oh, I'm so happy.
All this time, my mind was filled with thoughts of Great Father Titan. But I never forgot about Mother and Father. Always, they were in my heart. Constantly, ever, always. So I tried to focus on their faces. Theirs and yours. Alize's and everyone's. And I found that I could remember. One thing, then another, and another.
Your hopes reached Gaboo. They helped him to hold on.
I'm so proud of you, Gaboo.
I couldn't have done it without you, Alize. Can you help the others too? Cure them, heal them, help them?
Yes, we can. All of them.
Without wishing to dampen the mood, I feel compelled to add certain caveats regarding the viability of the treatment for general use. As you know, reversing the effects of tempering demands a profuse amount of ether. And while Alize was able to heal Gaboo alone, I fear the same will not be true for those who exhibit more advanced symptoms. Moreover, the treatment's effects are limited to the soul. It offers no succor to those whose very flesh has been altered through prolonged exposure to a primal's influence. All of which is to say that we cannot save everyone.
Maybe we can't, or maybe we can. No one gave us a hope of saving Gaboo, and yet here we are. We must find a way to treat as many as possible.
Then, the next logical step would be to produce a veritable army of Porkses, would it not? Granted, it seemed a simple enough process in the first, but I suspect it will be different here in the source. Not that I am any authority, of course.
Yet there is an authority on familiars to whom we may grudgingly turn. She's stubborn, haughty, eccentric, irascible, laconic, annoying. And her name is Master Matoya, the real one.
I have to go now, Gaboo. But the people here will look after you, all right? And I promise to come and visit you again soon.
All right. Thank you, Alize. Thank you.
Oh, that just makes me so happy. They got him all better. The little guy was able to hang on until they were able to help him. As she will be at pains to remind me, I have not paid Master Matoya a visit since returning from the first. But this seems as good a time as any. Come, let us make for her cave. Well, that was easy enough to pick out there. I take it you're ready to bear witness to the joyous reunion of master and pupil? Very well.
Nary a word from you all this time, then you bring every man and his pirogo with you. Did no one teach you any manners, girl?
They were too busy teaching me etherology, Master. Jesting aside, I wanted to be the one to express our gratitude. I am told you spared no effort to sustain our bodies while we were away. And for that, we owe you our lives. Thank you.
You were gone so long. I was starting to think you'd set your heart on staying.
It wasn't easy to leave, as it happens. Seldom does one have the opportunity to study other worlds, and I would not have minded extending my stay by a handful of years.
Ever the scholar. Y'shtola dedicated herself to studying ancient civilizations of the First, befriending a tribe known as the Knights Blessed in the process. There she took on the name of Matoya and won the respect of all the children of the forest.
I merely adopted an alias in accordance with the custom of my hosts. Yours just happened to be the first name that came to mind.
You mean to tell me you went gallivanting about using my name and only bother to visit when you need a favor? And don't pretend you don't. I taught you long enough.
Indeed. And devoted pupil that I am, I could not fail to recall my master's sage advice. When the answer eludes you, look to the wisdom of your elders.
You there. Were you going to introduce yourself?
How remiss of me. Grahatir is my name, and I'm proud to call myself a scion. I too wish to offer my gratitude for your invaluable aid in sustaining the Archon's bodies, as well as my apologies. It was my inexpert summoning spell which endangered their lives in the first place.
Ah, yes. The one bent on digging up the mysteries of Alag. Old Galaf used to speak of you. And Kryles told me all about your recent exploits. Do you have a bad back or something? At ease, boy. Whatever mess you've made, I'm not in the habit of dwelling on the failings of the younger generation.
You are too kind. I've also heard much and more about you, Master Matoya. 'Tis an honor to finally make your acquaintance.
Well, that's more than enough pleasantries for anyone. Tell me what you want. I haven't got all day. So that's the way of it. It should be a simple enough matter to make the familiar. The magic, on the other hand.
Ah, that you may leave to me. Being the only one possessed of royal blood, I alone can imbue the subject with the necessary magic.
So I just need to create porxes with the power to stir the soul. Just, I say. Though we're talking about a veritable herd of the little buggers. We'd collapse before we reached double figures. But if I could get a familiar to create the familiars, a mother porxie, as it were. Seems I haven't seen the last of that moldy old hole after all.
All right, off to my old workshop then. Everything required to make your familiar is there. That may be, but no one has set foot in there since the Exodus. I dread to imagine what has become of it. Oh, there's sure to be a handful of feral familiars and mayhap a monster or two, but nothing to trouble the likes of you. You can consider cleaning up the place payment for my help. Fine, we'll do it. Good girl. Now, if there are no other objections, I suggest you run along to the Maker's Quarter. I'll send one of my porogos ahead to let you into the workshop. You need only tell him who you are. One can't be too careful after all. Off you go. Off we go. Flying and flying and more flying. Remember, is this is the last dungeon for the Shadowbringers patches, or I cannot remember. I just kind of go through them until until I get to Endwalker usually. All right, let's see. Greetings, Ribbit, and welcome to my good mistress's relic. Kuro Rogo is my name, and I'm honored to be your guide. Within, you will find a space dedicated to the making of familiars, along with a cavern wherein the requisite ingredients may be had. I must warn you, however, that the place has not played host to a single soul, much less a broom, in over 15 years, and will, I regret, be in some disarray. But rest assured, my brothers and I shall see to it you do not lose your way. Now then, Ribbit, only say the word and I will show you in. Sounds good. Let's see who we have for duty support here. Oh, we not, we have a choice between Alisei and Ishtola. I think I'll just stick with Alisei then. We'll get this underway then and see if we can crank through this dungeon here. Go get us a Mother Porksy. All right, colorful frogs.
Right. To begin with, I need you to gather a few ingredients. Listen well to what the Porogos say, or you'll wish you had.
Rahatia reprising his tank role like he did at the beginning of Shadowbringers for us at Holminster. Mudball, man. Alright. Come on, Mudball. Sorry about that, guys.
Let's give them a go!
Go for it, Alice. And some material. Alrighty. There's one down. Oh, the watery one. Ooh, I kind of remember this one, I think. Oh yeah, I remember what we have to do for this one now. Those grunts and cries. Necklace of Slaying, is that any good? It's probably not. Yeah, it's only 485. I think we've got, what do we got now? 500, yep.
Just the beginning.
Nice one. All right, let's go do the last path now. Earth, water, and fire. Okay. Let's get on to the final one. Alright, that takes care of the kiln. Alright, time to bake ourselves a porksy.
Right then, let's get this over with. Newborns are wont to be difficult. Sure, who's in charge?
Okay. Yeah, too bad they couldn't just be born nice and peaceful. Porcine porcelain, Mother Porksy.
Just the beginning.
Huzzah! Let's see what we get here. Jacket of Striking. High level 485 stuff.
There we are. Quite tame.
Then all that remains is for me to imbue her with the magic. My friends, I'm afraid I must trouble you for your ether once more. That should suffice.
Good. Let's set her to work then, shall we? I want to see some porkses. Assuming that is, someone can spare the requisite energy. A mere drop in the ocean for the great sorceress Matoya, I dare say.
All right.
Excellent. Our very own litter of Angelos.
All right, more magic pigs.
And we can make as many more as we want, simply by providing the mother Porksy with additional ether.
I will require a moment before I try again.
It's still hard work, but a damn sight more efficient than making them one by one. Thank you, Master Matoya. Everyone, we're a step closer to our goal.
Distributed amongst the allied nations, they should do much to facilitate closer dialogue with the beast tribes. And given their present travails, I believe our friends in Limsa Laminsa should be the first beneficiaries.
Agreed. Though I must leave this errand to you. I doubt my legs will carry me out of the cave, much less to Vilbrand. Thank you for taking the lead in gathering the ingredients. I expect you would benefit from a rest too.
In addition to the Porkses, I trust you've gained an inkling of how much effort goes into the creation of familiars. Or mayhap you attribute your struggles to old age.
If I said yes, would it persuade you to treat me like an adult?
Not with that pertness, it wouldn't. Anyway, assuming you have no other favors to ask, I shall be leaving.
Awesome. All right. I'm going to take just a brief intermission, and I shall be back in just a couple minutes. So hang tight. We'll continue this story. And I'm back. Thank you all for your patience. I appreciate it. All right, let's see what we can get on with here. Yeah, lest you wonder, Master Matoya has returned to her cave with Ishtola. They are peas in a pod, are they not? Well then, my friends, let us return to Limsa Lominsa and deliver the good news to the Admiral. A word to the officer in Bulwark Hall should be sufficient to secure us an audience. Indeed. Well, let's head over there then. Why, Anne, ever a welcome sight. Tidings for the Admiral, you say? She is presently receiving guests, but for the Scions, I know she will make an exception. Follow me. My friends, what brings you here this day? A little of this, a little of that. Is this true? By the Navigator, a cure for tempering. As often as I've been in awe of you, Scions, I would not have thought it possible. And yet it is, Admiral. We have done it, here in Limsa. And production of more familiars has already begun. You have my thanks. Truly, this will do much to advance the cause of peace, yet I fear it will take more to close the rift twixt man and beastman. Bah, even to speak thus divides us. Welcome as it is, a cure will not guarantee reconciliation between our peoples. For though summoning and the tempered may serve to fuel the conflict, they are but symptoms of it. If we are to resolve the primal problem once and for all, we must address the cause. We must strive for mutual understanding and find a way to leave our bloody past behind. 'Twas I who moved that the Alliance renew its push for peace. Since our ancestors came to these shores some 7 centuries past, we Lamensans have been at odds with those who share our island home. Save for a brief moment of cooperation with the kobolds, our history has been one of nigh constant territorial squabbling. Meanwhile, our struggle with the Sahagin for control over the seas has only grown fiercer, a matter made worse by the thrice-damned calamity driving them to seek new spawning grounds. With survival at stake, each had no choice but to fight, and so I dismissed peace as impossible. Impossible is a word coined by the weak, I proclaimed to all who'd listen, and then gave up. You and yours put me to shame. Since you led us to victory against the Black Wolf, you have achieved the impossible again and again and again. And I thought it high time that I followed suit, hence my proposal to the Alliance Council. But no sooner did I reach out to our neighbors in Vilbrand than my own people sought to thwart me. You speak of the pirates who failed to attend the meeting. Aye. Acting through a friendly faction among the kobolds, we had intended to seek an audience with a prominent patriarch. But the bloody executioners would not hear of it, and their absence sent a message to the rest. Though they are but one of the 3 pirate powers, they are the greatest, and any attempt at peace would founder without them. I am given to understand that their leader, Captain Hilfir, has been bedridden for some while with an ailment of the lungs. Correct. In his absence, his right hand leads, a man named Sicard, but recently risen to prominence among their ranks. Save for his disdain for authority, little is known about him. We have invited him to speak with us more than once, but he will not come. I have tasked the Yellow Jackets and the Rogues with uncovering his motives, but they have learned naught of any value. No words. We have a nose for the truth. Whatever this Sicard wants, I'm sure we could find out. Truly, I would be much obliged. I shall look forward to hearing what you learn then. Good luck. By way of a first step, I suggest we split up and make inquiries around town. Someone must know this Sicard. If you could approach the pirates, and the rest of us will seek out merchants and adventurers. Alrighty then. Sounds like we're headed back upstairs then. Go talk to our 2 most famous pirate leaders here. Huh? You want to know about Sicard? He's a wily bugger is what he is. Found some clever way to make coin, they say, and trading it for Munskate's place at Old Hilfer's side. There was a time we raced the executioners for our pick of the Empire's fleet, but the Garleans are gone and them days with them. Owing to which, we've all of us had to look for other ways to make ends meet, with that jumped-up bilge rat Sicard landing the juiciest whatever it may be. Not that we sirens are struggling, mind. We do well enough guarding fishing boats from the fishbacks and other beasties. Get the first pick of the produce for our trouble, see? Quality stuff at a bargain price. This we pass to our sisters as can't sail on account of getting old or wounded or with child, and they cook it up and sell it for pretty profit. Simple. Oh, I miss the old ways. Don't get me wrong, but when I see the girls with their little ones, I think to myself, a life of peace and quiet ain't all bad. All right, let's go see what old Carvalane has to say. Curious about Sicard, are you? As am I, my friend, as am I. Sadly, I know nothing of the man, save that the bloody executioners experienced a marked improvement in their fortunes after his promotion. Quite how he achieved this is a matter of some debate. As you know, the thalassocracy permits us to attack only Garlean vessels, yet these have all but vanished from the seas since the Empire turned in upon itself. In order to adapt, we Krakens have taken to trading with the East, but the executioners are less forward-looking. I cannot imagine they would willingly abandon the old ways. So, how then are they lining their coffers? Whatever their secret, they are not like to share it with their rivals, but mayhap you will have more luck. All right, Alphino. Back down at the outside the Admiral's office, I guess. Yep, looks like it. I see everyone has returned. Now, who would like to go first? So, just as their imperial prey began to disappear, Sicard turned the executioner's fortunes around with a mysterious new source of income. Whatever it is, it's nothing to scoff at. According to a tavern keeper I spoke to, the crew have been indulging themselves as never before. But no amount of drink seems to loosen their tongues as to how they are coming by their coin. For my part, I spoke with a reporter from the Harbor Herald. The publication has been investigating the secret of the executioner's good fortune and making little headway. Plainly, the executioners do not wish the nature of their business to be made public. And I think I may know why. In the course of making inquiries on Hawker's Alley, an interesting fact came to light. Just as the executioners began to enjoy better fortunes, the price of crystal went into sharp decline. A sudden fall in demand, I was told. Curious, I contacted Hoary Boulder, who has been watching the movements of the beast tribes, and my suspicions were proven correct. Despite ever-worsening relations between the beast tribes and the thalassocracy, Neither Titan nor Leviathan have made an appearance of late, suggesting that the kobolds and Sahagin lack the means with which to summon them. Do you mean to say the executioners are divesting them of their crystals? All indications point to that conclusion, yes, though we have no hard evidence as yet. We must investigate further. Agreed, so how do we proceed? Oh, I have an idea about that. In fact, I have already taken the liberty of making certain provisions. During my inquiries, a disgruntled merchant informed me that a wholesaler of crystals had recently arrived in Limsa offering wares at prices far undercutting the competition. After asking around, I was able to gain an introduction and will shortly pose as a potential buyer in a bid to establish the crystal's provenance. The man is due to be at Ascian's Embrace in Lower Lenoska shortly. I suggest we make our way there at once. All right, let's see. We're going to head to Ascian's Embrace. And Lower, yep, we'll just hop out to Lower. Middle over here, right? So we'll hop out this way. That appears to be our merchant. Wish me luck. Wait, if he truly is in league with the bloody executioners, he will surely be wary of those allied to the Admiral, the Scions not least of all. Compared to yours and Anne's, mine is an unfamiliar face. Let me play the role of buyer. Graha is right, and even if you aren't recognized on sight, you look too genteel to be mixing with society's underbelly. Genteel? But very well, I leave it to you, Graha. Got business with me, Catboy? You're the crystal wholesaler? That I am, but you're no merchant. So, what do you want the crystals for? Don't look at us. Don't look at us, you idiot. You'll give yourself away. Oh, I see. You're a weaponsmith, am I right? And you need crystals to make staffs like that fine specimen you've got there. That's right. I am indeed a weaponsmith, and I use naught but the finest materials. I bid you show me your wares. Well, we don't invite just anybody into our storehouses. Takes time to establish trust, you understand. Look, I have a large and urgent commission. If the quality is satisfactory, I will not quibble over the price. All right. It's plain that's no ordinary crystal adorning your staff, so I'll make an exception. Come with me. It seems to be working. Let's follow them. All quiet on the Luminson front. Hey, Culture, I'm doing great, man. How about yourself? They went into that tunnel. Quietly now. Took a little break, but back at it. Glad to hear we're doing well. Yeah, 14's doing well. We're at the end of Shadowbringers here. Once we get done with that, we'll be doing our Crafters and Gatherers up to level 80 and complete their quests or their Crystarium deliveries anyways. Then we'll move on to Endwalker. Don't know when that'll be. It'll probably be a few streams down the road, more than likely. You won't find any finer, especially not for the price. Indeed, I would expect to pay more than double for such quality. How could they possibly be so cheap? There's nothing unlawful about them, if that's your worry. They're from Ogmoro, if you take my meaning. Stuff's as pure as it gets. You won't be disappointed. So, how much do you want? Ogmoro, taken from the kobolds, just as we suspected. Uh-oh. That's enough. Shut your gobs and turn around. Slowly. I'm Sicard, acting captain of the Bloody Executioners. No need to introduce yourselves. We know who you are, scions. And we also know you've been chatting to the Admiral. Got eyes and ears everywhere, see? Comes with being the only true pirate crew left in Limsa. So, we've established you ain't here to buy crystals. Question is, what are you here for? You are bold to reveal yourself to us without knowing our objective, but that would explain your swift rise to power. You have spoken plain, and so I shall return the favor. We came here to learn why the Bloody Executioners oppose the Admiral's will. And we have our answer. Should Limsa Lominsa make peace with the kobolds, you would lose the source of your newfound wealth. That's right. Just to remind you, though, we ain't breaking any rules here. The law forbids us from attacking any vessel not flying the Imperial flag, but it don't say nothing about beastmen. Only reason we keep our operation nice and quiet is because we don't want no one taking our business. Hey! Alright, thank you for the raid. We got something going on here, it looks like. RKO, thank you so much for the raid. We appreciate it. Yeah. Oh, almost picked that one out okay. How's it going? And tell me, how did your stream go, RKO? Love when I play. Yeah, I like playing for sure. That's right, you know. That old Final Fantasy victory song, we love it, yeah. Something like that anyways. Hey Yench, sorry I didn't respond to you fast enough yesterday, Yench. I was focused on the game, I guess, too much, and saw you pop in and go and pop in. So I appreciate you thinking of me though yesterday. Yeah, I want to adopt you all. I'll be your grandfather or father, whatever is age appropriate for everybody here. No problem. Let me get through this cutscene here. We'll talk some more. Hang on a sec. Let's see. Wait, just listen to the end, will you? For what it's worth, I have the highest respect for you and yours. Her especially. Yeah, I'll be your granddaddy. No problem. Let's see here. While the Maelstrom were worrying about Dirty and their fancy red clobber, you lot stormed Ugmaro and battered Bleeding Titan himself. Raised a mug to you when I heard the news. And now we're following in your footsteps, making sure the Beastmen never summon their stinking gods again. Practically your successors we are. When there were still Imperial ships about, we did our bit for Limsa and went after them. But with the Garleans gone, there's no one left to ply our trade on except the Beastmen. So let us have that, eh? It's only fair. Contentious though some may find your views, it is true that you have broken no laws. That being so, I see no reason why you should not state your case directly to the Admiral's face. Unless the acting captain of the only true pirate crew left in Limsa Lominsa has some other cause to hide in a cave. See if I can catch up here on chat a little bit. It's been scrolling by pretty fast here on the raid. Make sure I didn't miss anybody there. Ooh. Yeah, I'm happy to play whenever I can. Oh, thank you. And thank you for the first timers too. We certainly appreciate that. Let me switch out here for just a sec. I should go ahead and at least introduce myself. To those of you who haven't been in here before, I'm Audible Zen. I play a variety of games. Currently only focused on 2 at the moment since I'm a relatively new streamer. I've been focused on Final Fantasy XIV since January when I started. Doing streams, I was about 4 days a week, I guess, of Final Fantasy. And then 2 days a week, I've been playing Infinite Undiscovery, and we're currently in our Infinity Mode playthrough on that game, which we will resume. I'm not sure if I'll do a stream Monday morning, perhaps. I usually don't stream on Mondays, but I've got something I've got to do next Friday when I usually stream that, so I may do Monday and Wednesday this week for Infinite Undiscovery. But Final Fantasy is the main game here on this stream so far, and I just plan to be doing a number of games that are on my list and seeing if we can tackle the achievements and the trophies that are attached to each one. That's kind of how I focus myself here in my streaming anyways. I like going after the game content and trying to complete as much as I can. Reflexes are not the best in the world. As I get older, I notice I'm not able to handle some very fast and delicate work sometimes, but I'll do the best that I can. So I appreciate y'all hanging out here with me and being with me here while we give it a go and see how we do and just enjoy the streams together. Our main purpose is just to chat with you all and enjoy time together here like this while we enjoy, hopefully, a game that all of us enjoy from time to time. No, RKO, I don't have a donations page yet. I'm still getting stuff set up. I figure I'll focus more on that soon, but yeah, at this point I don't. I do have a Streamlabs, I think, page somewhere, but I don't have the link for that handy. Yeah, Attack Chicken's been helping me out too in some of the dungeons and the 8-man raids here. We appreciate that too, Attack Chicken. You've been lurking and killing heretics in Dark Tide. How's that going for you? Oh, well, thank you, Culture. If I do need some help, I'll definitely I'll pop you a message in Twitch or something and connect with you somehow so we could get that set up then. So thank you for that offer. I appreciate that. Yeah, I will have to put that up as a panel on my Twitch page too, RKO. I've actually got an action item for myself to redo my, or at least enhance my panels page, because it's pretty sparse right now. It's really not in the best format, and really the wrong kinds of things are in the panels at this point. So I really just need to work on that. I do realize that, but thank you. I will have to set that up as one of the panels once I get donations and the whole bit set up on that. Oh, thank you, Culture. I appreciate that. Kitty Cat's back. Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad you feel like that way. And you know, I'll be your granddaddy or your daddy, whatever you need. I'm here. You know, if you don't have anybody in your life who supports you or your lifestyle or anything about you, I'm always happy to at least be here and offer support as well. I do want this to be a safe place in this stream so that everybody can feel welcome and enjoy their time here with me and just let go and have fun. That's what we're here for. Oh, that's awesome, Allie. I appreciate the comment on that. I do try to make sure that people feel safe here. Thursday was your birthday. Happy birthday, Culture. Yeah. Let's see. I got to get a good key. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Culture. Happy birthday to you. All right. Awesome, Culture. Happy birthday, buddy. That was a little high for me, but anyways, yep. Need to pick the right key to be playing in. But yeah, happy birthday. So glad that you stopped in here and let us know that too. Those are the sorts of things we want to celebrate too. When you've got something that's important in your life that you're proud of, you're happy about, I want to know about it too whenever you drop by. So thank you for that. Oh yeah. Yeah, you know, and that's good. Good that you don't feel old. I think even at my age, I feel very young, especially conversing with a bunch of you youngsters for sure. So I appreciate that. It's nice to hang out and just talk and enjoy ourselves together. And age is just a number. You know, as we get older, if we can stay healthy and happy, those are the important things. Last few years have been tough. Yeah, I remember hanging out on your stream too, Culture, you know, mentioning some of the things you've got to deal with, and I hope those go better for you as time goes by, so I understand that. Let's see. Oh, okay, looking for a full-time job now? That's cool. I seem to recall you showed that in your profile you are you like write about, you're a writer, or you publish articles or something like that. Are you planning on doing the same thing, or was there another field that you wanted to get into there? And let's see, I need to, before I forget about here, I really need to you know, if I can type, I'll be happy to do some things here. Yeah, shout out to VG Culture here. Oh, you're playing Xenoblade last time, and definitely RKO for the raid. Thank you so much. Those of you that haven't followed either of these two folks, let's see. I'm still typing things manually. I got to get a better handle on this. And Allie too. I dropped in periodically with Allie. I think I got that right. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, these are some folks who have been really helpful and got their own streams going. So make sure you go check them out. If you know, those of you that were in here before the raid, you might want to give them a look also. I have a good time whenever I'm doing other stuff on the side on the computer to pop up another stream, and those are some of the ones that I pop up when I'm just kind of chilling and doing my own thing on computer here. And thank you all so much. See, make sure I didn't miss any comments here while I was looking at the keyboard there. Hey, and of course, yeah, my pleasure, VG. I'm happy to shout out and support anybody that I can. Folks such as you and RKO and Allie have been so supportive to me, myself, while I've been getting my streaming started here as well. And and Allie, thank you for the comment. I'm definitely happy I met you guys too. I'm happy I've encountered so many nice people here on the platform. It's really great. All right, let's see. We'll go ahead and jump back here and see if we get through this cutscene here. Okay. So yeah, there shouldn't be much left of this, I think. Oh, thank you, Yensk. Appreciate that. I'm happy to be one of the crew, too. Huh, well said. Well said indeed. All right, I'll meet with the Admiral. I'll even provide the venue, the Astalica, or the Astalicia. I trust she won't turn down the invitation. Right, I guess we made it through that one. Oh, Alphino's keen to report back to the captain, or the admiral. I thought myself the hunter, but it turns out I was the prey. A timely reminder that the pirate powers of Limsa Lominsa are not to be trifled with. But all's well that ends well. Grahatia's timely provocation had the desired effect, and Sicard has agreed to a meeting. Let us hurry back to Limsa Lominsa and pass on his invitation to the Admiral. Yeah, RKO. Also, I know you've got you just came off a stream, and it's probably pretty tiring for you. So I certainly understand you heading off. Do what you've got to do to take care of yourself. That is the most important thing, and that goes for everybody here too. You know, if you were watching the stream for a long time and and you're kind of tired now, you know, wherever you are in the world, it could be time for you, a break for yourself. So everybody, please make sure you take care of yourselves. All right. All right, let's pour it on back there. And your companions have already reported to the command room. Will you be joining them? Yes, I will. Welcome back, my friends. What news? So, they have been stealing crystals from the kobolds. My thanks for solving the mystery and securing a meeting besides. Suffice it to say, I accept Sicard's invitation, and I would have you join me as my guests. The future of Limsa hangs upon the outcome of this meeting, and I would have the Scions present to bear witness. And they're taking us directly to the meeting, I guess.
Look who's come crawling!
Traitor!
You can shove your piece!
Welcome aboard, Admiral. I'll wager you don't remember me. Sicard, acting captain of the bloody executioners, at your service.
'Twas kind of you to invite us. Now, if Captain Hillfear has a message for me, I bid you speak it.
We have just the one demand. That you forget this bilge about making peace with the Beastmen. Ours is a nation of pirates. Always has been, always will be. Deny us our right to plunder, and you deny who we are.
Too bloody right!
Pirates till we die!
What we want, we take!
Piracy has no place in our future.
What'd she say?
Pirates have no place.
Our nation has prospered through piracy, 'tis true. Yet it is but one part of our long and storied history. Centuries ago, our ancestors led a failed rebellion and were driven from their homes with little more than the shirts on their backs. In fear of their lives, they sailed south until they came to these shores. Finding the land occupied by kobolds, however, they were forced to turn to piracy in order to survive. And survive they did. But not so long ago, when the Empire threatened to crush everything we'd built, we set aside piracy and joined hands with our neighbors. This too was in order to survive. And survive we did. Time after time we fought the Empire, and time after time we won. And through trade with our newfound allies, we prospered more than we ever did through pillaging and plundering.
The Empire teeters on the brink of collapse. Ere long, provinces like Wurlid and Bosnia and many others will regain their freedom. When they do, our matchless fleet will lead the world in a new golden age of commerce. The tides favor us, and the ocean beckons with her vast bounty. But if we cling to the old ways, this great ship we call Limsa will trade the boundless seas for a lagoon. Shall we scorn the world's wealth for a plundered pittance then? Or shall we embrace change and thrive, like our ancestors before us? The choice is yours. But if we are to prosper in the coming age, the whole of Vilbrand must become our ship, and a kobold and Sahagin our crewmates.
Rousing words. Might even be some truth in them. But pirating's all we've ever known. And we ain't about to give it up just 'cause you say so. Still, we're all the Mincins here and no one wants a war. So where does that leave us?
Long before you became Admiral, I heard you was captain of the League of Lost Bastards. That true?
The League of Lost Bastards.
If so, you'd know how we pirates settle our differences.
A duel. Very well. As Admiral of Limsa Laminsa, I accept your challenge.
I can just tell he's thinking, if I play this right, I could become Admiral. Oh. Ha.
This ain't over! Not till one of us is dead! Finish the job! Or I will!
It's the captain!
Captain Ilfir!
Ye fool! 'Twas over afore it began.
Captain!
Seems the whelps have been yapping while their master was abed. Listen well, all of ye. Since the signing of the Galadian Accord, we all of us have been part of the same crew. The crew of the good ship Limsa Laminsa. At the helm of that ship is the Admiral. And 'tis she who decides where we sail. Was I not clear on that point? Or did you forget whose deck you stand on? Nay? Then what in the seven hells are you playing at?
It's all we know, Captain. If we ain't pirates, what are we?
You're bloody idiots is what ye are. Idiots with your own lives ahead of ye. Ye can do anything ye want. Be anything ye want. We're pirates, aye. And we pirates love our loot. But that ain't our first love. Our first love is the sea. The sea! And what she brings us. Freedom! So hold fast to that. Let the brine-crusted husk that stands before you now be the last of them as knew naught save out of steel. And make of yourselves a new breed of pirate! Lad, I made ye me right hand 'cause I saw something in ye. And I still do. You've the makings of a captain. All you lack's the belief. Well now, it seems we're of one mind after all. Apologies for the misunderstanding, Admiral. We're with ye, wherever ye be headed.
You have my thanks, Hilfir.
Your choice of dueling pistol did not escape my notice. Good old Annihilator. Ender of many a proud pirate's voyage. Mistbeard's vanished into legend, and it won't be long before I take my rest in the depths. Yet be that as it may, the old ways can only truly die when we've dealt the Empire the telling blow. There'll be stormy seas ahead, no doubt. But I'm trusting ye to steer us through to the other side.
Though I had anticipated a duel, I did not foresee that Hilfir would intervene. But full glad am I that he did. 'Twould have been a shame to kill the boy. Instead, the whelp has learned a valuable lesson, and we have made peace amongst ourselves. All that remains is to do likewise with our neighbors. And let's see, let's pick a critical hit. Now, I need hardly tell you, but any attempt to negotiate with the tribes is doomed to fail unless their minds can first be wrested from the grip of their gods. And so, in the meeting we seek to arrange with the kobolds, I would have you free their leader of Titan's influence. Leave it to us. We will open his ears to reason. You have my thanks. Ere we proceed, there is something you should know. Some 50 years past, when the Sahagins swarmed at our hulls in ever greater numbers, Limsa entered into a covenant with the kobolds. To men shall go the bounty of the sea, to kobolds shall go the bounty of the land. An ostensibly equitable arrangement, conspicuously lacking in detail. Aye, inadvertently or not, the wording was ambiguous. and we took advantage of it, moving in to claim the northern reaches of Lanaska, which the kobolds believed theirs. Bloodshed followed. Then bloodshed to answer the bloodshed. And on it went, till every ilm of Vilbren bore the stain of our conflict. This is not history, you understand. It is the present, fresh and raw. And with their kindred's blood yet on our hands, we will struggle to regain the kobolds' trust, even should we cure their tempered. Admiral, you speak of obstacles we are like to encounter at the meeting, but as things stand, I see no reason why the kobolds would agree to a meeting in the first place. And so we must provide a reason. I will restore their stolen crystals to them and personally deliver the cargo along with my apologies. Bait. They would welcome us into their midst not to speak of peace, but to have you at their mercy. Aye, and given the wealth of crystals we will bring, I'll wager they will attempt to summon Titan there and then. Meaning a high priest would need to be present, to whom we could administer the cure. Precisely. He is the fish I would catch, but he will not be alone. Nay, he will have guards on hand, and they will lay down their lives to protect him. Yet a single death on the kobold's side would jeopardize our chance at peace, and there my venture founders. Yet it need not. What if we were to employ the Conqueror's chain? Though we would still have to weaken the kobolds, it would allow us to subdue them without inflicting lasting harm. The artifact Mistbeard used to take goods and not life, aye, that would serve. Well done, Marshal. So, friends, what think you of our strategy? The effects of tempering are cumulative, and we may safely assume that the High Priest's exposure to primal influence is extensive. It will therefore take a great deal of ether to reverse its effects, not to mention time. Time during which Alice would be defenseless. Even should we all look to her protection, I am not convinced we could keep an entire army of kobolds at bay. Well, I'm happy to take that risk. It's not as if we have any other choice. Besides, it's what Tesleen would do. And had I not followed her example, we wouldn't even have a cure for tempering, much less a chance to bring peace to Vilbrand. So, I'm going to cure that priest or die trying. I believe in you, Alice. And I believe in you too. You and everyone. I know you'll keep me safe. It is settled then. See to your preparations and make for Camp Overlook. We will join you there anon. All right, head out to Camp Overlook. Alphino wasn't lying when he said I'd be defenseless, so I'm counting on you all to give me the time I need. Our sole purpose will be to keep you out of harm's way, so leave that to us and focus on your own task. Indeed, and should you want for ether, you need only say the word. Gabu, did you follow us here? There's something important that I want to say to the High Priest. Express, state, say. Please let me come with you. Please. I'm sorry, but it's too dangerous. I need you to promise me that you'll stay here where it's safe, all right? My apologies for the wait. It took time, but we have secured our audience. All unfolded as expected. At the mention of my returning their crystals in person, the kobolds suddenly remembered how keen they were to be reconciled. And so, in the glorious spirit of cooperation, we are to be received by Patriarch Zada of the Second Order, who awaits our pleasure in the navel. If you are ready, let us proceed to the Umoral Mines at once. Okie dokie. Right there. All right, we made it. This aetheryte will bear us to our quarry. Should he make to summon Titan as I anticipate, we will halt the ceremony and restrain him. At this, all hells will break loose, and we will have an army of kobolds to entertain till Alisay's work is done. Just remember, none must die. We weaken them and let Einzar do the rest. It is time. Stay the course, my friends. I spy calmer waters beyond this squall. And here we go, level 80. Single person duty.
Greetings, Patriarch. I am Merlwib Blufisvin, Admiral of Limsa Leminsa. I come before you to offer my sincerest apologies for the many wrongs committed by my people against you and yours.
You were foolish to come here. Stupid, unwise, foolish. The Great Father shall have your souls for your folly.
Aye, just as we thought.
Now, Alisay! Quickly!
You don't need to tell me!
Let none pass. We must grant her as much time as we can.
Okay. Protect Alisay.
We must protect Alisay!
just what we need.
I guess I'll stand here. Alright.
You're not alone.
That ought to do some damage. They're doing most of the work. I'm just kind of hanging out.
Here you are, Alize.
More! I need more ether! Just a little more!
I don't know. Can we not do these or what? No, they're not going to be damageable apparently. Kaboom. Go, Alice. My head, the pain, the pain. Okay, I will lend you my ether. Down for the count. Admiral will do their bit, I guess. Now I can get up. Alright, let's do it. Come out here with me, Rock Splitter. He's gonna do some running around. Okay. got him. A little more ether. Oh, okay. No problem. This time it'll work.
Yes, this will do. Here I go. Go, Angela!
Did it work?
What?
What is the meaning of this?
I'm sorry, but they died by your hand. You sacrificed them to summon Titan.
Such a thing!
Oh, he's definitely going to need some counseling, I think.
Would that there were a cure for the victims of the Tempered.
Gaboo! What are you doing here?
Patriarch, please listen to me. Hear, heed, listen. The Great Father we have been summoning is false. He only hurts us and those we love. For a long time, his voice filled my mind. It told me to do terrible things. Awful, unspeakable, terrible things. But I didn't give in to it. And you mustn't either. There's been too much pain already. So please, end the suffering.
What have I done?
We share this child's desire, Patriarch. An end to summoning, for it spells naught but misery for both our peoples. For many long years, man and kobold have feuded over territory, pillaging and perishing for the earth beneath our feet. It may be said that we fought to survive, but what we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on. I would see us set aside the past and work together for peace.
It was wrong of me to hurt my own in the name of the Great Father. Sinful, evil, wrong. But that doesn't mean there can be peace between us. Men cannot be trusted. The bounty of the land was to be ours, and yours the bounty of the sea. But you broke the pact. Violated, breached, broke. Unready as we were, what choice had we but to call upon the Divine to rid ourselves of your tyranny?
None, and I do not blame you for it. In violation of the spirit, if not the letter, of the pact, we took your lands for our own. The fault lies wholly with us. On behalf of all Laminsons, I offer you my humblest apology. I pray you'll find it in your heart to accept it. Yet I know an apology alone will not serve to make things right. So, we will revise the pact to leave no room for doubt. And any who violate it shall face justice, swift and certain.
No, we won't be fooled. Not again.
Please, hear me to the end. Fleeting though it was, there was a time when man and kobold abided together in harmony, in cooperation. In those days, your people shared the secrets of smelting. Knowledge which allowed Limsa Lominsa to thrive. Much of what we have, we owe to the kobolds. And so, for the good of all who dwell on this isle, I wish to make you an offer. We will bear your people's wares to every corner of the world, and trade them in your stead. In return, we will bring you the bounty, not only of the sea, but lands both near and far. Whatever you desire, the Navigator as my witness, you shall have it. There will be no more man and beastman, just the crew of the great ship that is Vilbrand. And together, we will share in the wealth of the world, if you'll only accept our hand in friendship.
We want to believe you. We truly do. But we believed you before and you betrayed us. Fooled, deceived, betrayed us.
There are bad men, it's true. But there are also good ones. And the ones before you are the best of them. They were always kind to me. Caring, nice, kind, and I trust them with my life.
Before I became Admiral, I was a pirate. I stole, I fought, I stained the sea red with blood. Such is my past, and I dare not forget it, however much I might want to. That is death penalty. The pistol I used to pass judgment on my own sire when he fell thrall to Leviathan and betrayed his comrades. It's loaded. If you were to point it at my head and pull the trigger, I would most assuredly die. Though it isn't much, my life is the single most valuable thing I possess. If it will suffice to atone for past wrongs, Take it. A single bullet to annul the old pact, and my blood to write it anew. What comes after, I entrust to this man, my second in command. I know that he will do his utmost for the happiness of all who call Vilbrand home.
I do not trust you. Not yet. But Gabu does. And I will trust him.
We want you to know that we respect your faith. There's nothing wrong with giving thanks to the land which sustains you. But summoning is different. Should you hear of anyone who would attempt it, we ask that you appeal to their better judgment, or failing that, seek our aid. We're always ready to help.
Many and more of my brethren are yet enthralled to the Great Father, just as I was. If you could free them too, I would be grateful. Appreciative, thankful, grateful.
'Tis we who should be grateful, Patriarch. I thank you for affording us this chance.
Well, that certainly was something. At least it's a start. It would seem we have found a way forward with the kobolds. Next, we will help the Second Order to free their tempered brethren from thraldom. Theirs is far from the only order, of course, and it will take no small amount of time and effort to reach the rest, but reach them we will, however long it takes. I would say that I was in your debt, but that has long been true. So instead, I will say thank you for helping us to plot a new course not only for Limsa Lominsa, but all of Eorzea.
Right. Let's return to the Rising Stones.
Admiral! Something strange is afoot at the floating city.
Breathe, man. What is it?
I think it's best you see for yourself. Please, come with me.
What in the world is that?
And so it begins.
A tower?
You can see it too, then? I feared I was losing my wits. One moment I was patrolling as usual, and the next it was just there.
Yes? This is she. I am. I'm looking at it. What? Understood. Send the Elder Seedseer my regards. The communications officer. It seems this isn't the only tower. They've sprung up all across Eorzea. Nothing more is known, only that they appear to be of Garlean construction. Our allies on the Alamegan front are on highest alert. Forgive my directness, but would you join them? They may well need the help.
Of course, Admiral. We shall make all haste.
My thanks. I will return to Limsa to weigh our response. Look for Commander Hext when you arrive in Alamigo, and may the Navigator speed you on your way.
And we got to head over to Alamigo next. We'll port into there. And I believe that's going to have to be where we finish our stream for today. So let me see if I can find a place we can raid into here. Spread the love here. One moment, please. And see what we can come up with here. Oh yeah, we could head over to Neon Genesis again, I think, here. They're also playing 14. So you can enjoy a little bit more Final Fantasy 14 action here while we head over to him. Hang on a second. Let's see.